edition of Cache Rendezvous. I'm Cassandra Solarte.
And I'm Corinne LaRue. Today we're at USU's OP building, and later in the show, we'll show you all of the new gear that you can rent out. Who designed your favorite backpack? McKay Jensen went and checked out the Outdoor Product Design seniors to see what they're up to.
Yeah, so this is my flashlight.
Seniors in the Outdoor Product Design and Development major are presenting their ideas they fabricated into reality.
It was incredible to see their progress coming into this program, many of them never having made anything with their hands or designed anything, going from zero to talking with companies that were here on campus and showing them these things that they've designed over the last 4 years. I thought it was hugely successful.
The Outdoor Product Design and Development program started in 2015, making it the first in the nation. The program students say being the first class of a program had a lot of trial and error, but it better prepared them for the workforce.
I thought about you left-handed people. You can take a picture without having to be forced to be right-handed.
It's been interesting because we've all been guinea pigs in a way. Like, they really have been perfecting the process with us, but at the same time, we're pioneers, and I think we're going to get opportunities for it.
Students created a variety of products, including backpacks, outdoor apparel, and climbing accessories.
We'll raise it or lower it.
The students here have worked really hard to create products like this solar panel flashlight that keep you more safe and let you have more fun while you're outside.
We think it's really powerful if a student can sketch something and then go to the sewing machine and actually prototype it.
Anderson says the program gives students skills like sketching, sewing, and casting so they can learn the ins and outs of bringing products to life.
I definitely think it's a growing thing. I think it's off to a great start, but over the next 5-10 years, it'll be tremendous.
Purser says she's amazed at the large turnout of the exhibit and is proud of her classmates.
I'm overwhelmed with support and emotion today, and it's great to be here with all of my classmates and see all the hard work we put in.
McKay Jensen, Cache Rendezvous.
This is the first senior outdoor product design class, so they are still learning and growing.
I'm here with Adam from the OP. Adam, can you tell us a little bit more about some of the most popular things to rent out here?
Yeah, during our summer months, our most popular, I'd say, items would be mountain bikes and paddle boards, as you can see here.
So what are some of your favorite places to take the paddle boards and honestly any of the water sport equipment?
I believe that most students like to go up to First Dam or Bear Lake. My personal favorite would be Porcupine Lake, that's about half an hour away from here.
So what do you usually take there when you go?
We do have a 18-foot paddleboard to rent. It actually holds 6 to 10 people, so it's a kind of a party paddleboard.
Wow, that's really cool. Are there any other wacky kind of things you can rent?
We also have full suspension mountain bikes as well, and those are fun as well.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show with us, Adam.
Yeah, no problem.
And with us, we have Michael Kay to tell us about this summer's weather.
That's right, Corinne. Well, it's looking like it's going to be a pretty typical Utah summer, pretty warm, pretty dry, same old that we're used to here in Utah. However, because of that heat, wildfires could become a big problem. I spoke to some experts to see what you can do to help prevent wildfires.
A deputy just came up and said all sections have been evacuated.
Last year in Utah alone, there were 4 major fires that burned roughly 480,000 acres of land and displaced roughly 2,000 people, leading many to wonder what could be done to manage fires in the future.
When you think about managing fire is how you want your fires to burn, not necessarily how can we stop all fires from burning.
With all the snow we've gotten this year, more plants will be growing, which means...
And there might be substantial amount of fuels, and that's going to play a role in wildfire risk.
To prevent wildfires, like this one, remember that wildfires can be caused by things like discarding lit cigarettes or...
Cars driven into hot grass and parked on the side of the road, they've caused plenty of fires.
Before you go camping this summer, the Forest Service recommends to remember that if your campfire is too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
The bottom line is that I think people think that firefighters can stop all fires if they would just try hard enough, and that is not the case. We will always have fire.
That Pole Creek fire was actually really close to my house back home. It was about 10 miles away from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't really think about how weird these wildfires are until they were in your backyard.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Well, it's been raining a lot more than normal these past couple weeks. Josh Witzel shows us with why all that water coming down the canyon could mean trouble for us in the valley.
The water in this river was snow just minutes ago, and it barely isn't snow now.
The big snow year has given us a big snowpack. Depending on how fast it melts, could be problematic for us.
We've had a great winter, but we don't quite know how that water is going to come down the canyons yet.
Climatologists say the fact the snowpack is still growing is abnormal.
We're continuing to see them grow right now, and I think we'll probably continue to see more and more water over the next week.
Experts say a stretch of really warm weather could melt the snowpack and bring all the water down at once.
If we continue to delay the melt-off, we potentially have concerns for flooding in late April, early May, throughout the runoff season.
With the precipitation still coming, a quick warm-up will send the water in this river down into the valley and hopefully not into your basement.
As this water comes down, if it comes down all at once, then any area that's within the flood range of Logan Canyon will have some concerns with flooding.
While experts aren't sure if it will flood this year, they say it is possible.
It's not outside the realm of possibility that we could have flooding again.
But they have measured more precipitation recently.
The amount of precipitation.
And it's been 150 years since Utah linked our nation. We'll show you an early look at our Transcontinental Railroad documentary. Climatologists say that if the temperatures rise quickly, it'll lead to more likely to floods.
Coming up, one local business is celebrating a big milestone. Find out what they're doing to help fight chronic pain.
It's about more than just building something.
And it's been 150 years since Utah linked our nation. We'll show you an early look at our Transcontinental Railroad documentary.
In Utah, 1 in 8 women and 1 in 50 men will be raped. Also in Utah, 1 in 3 women will experience sexual violence. Of the completed and attempted rapes against college women, less than 5% will actually be reported. Sexual assault should not be a part of the college experience. Always get consent.
Consent for sexual activity is enthusiastic.
Consent is sober. Consent is non-coerced.
Consent is verbal.
Consent is mutual.
If you or someone you know has experienced sexual assault, report it at reportingsa.usu.edu.
I took the pledge because we are not our stereotype.
I took the pledge to make this campus safer.
I took the pledge because it's on us.
I took the pledge because love shouldn't hurt.
I took the pledge because this is a conversation that must be had.
13% of college women reported they were forced to have sex by a dating partner.
On average, 24 people per minute are victims of rape, physical violence, or stalking by an intimate partner.
1 in 3 women in Utah experience intimate partner violence.
Since 2000, more than 40% of adult homicides were domestic violence related.
Join us. Take the pledge.
Welcome back.
The Transcontinental Railroad didn't only bring trains to Utah.
Our upcoming documentary will show you the people and stories that shaped our state.
We are giving a voice to people in the past and making sure that that lived experience continues on in our minds.
You need to acknowledge what took place and what happened to those indigenous people that have lived there.
It's about more than just building something. It's about an idea of a country made up of people from everywhere that speak every language, coming together to do something great.
It represents, both then and now,
what people working together can do. Utah's economy became a modern economy because of the railroad, and agriculture became modern agriculture because of the railroad.
As you celebrate the beginning of a new era and a new dawn for America, it came at a high cost to a group of people. Forgive and learn and move forward. And if we can do that, then absolutely there's cause for celebration.
The documentary will be airing on KUED on May 10th at 7:30 p.m., May 12th at 11 a.m., and May 14th at 1 p.m.
Online shopping is more popular than ever, but what does it take to run an online business?
It doesn't seem easy. It seems like it's a lot of work. I checked in with a local company just to see how their last year has treated them. It's their first year being open, and it seems like there's a lot of hoops and hurdles, but yeah, it seems like they've had a good first year. This mixer isn't mixing any food. What it is mixing goes on your skin.
We focus mainly on pain relief, but we also have blends that help with stress relief, as well as help people fall asleep easier.
This company looks a little different now compared to what it looked like when it formed just over a year ago. Imagine all of this and more packed into a one-bedroom apartment. For Herbal Mana, that was a reality when they started. But now,
in this last year, we've been able to move into a much bigger space, hire a few employees.
By researching different ingredients, Herbal Mana is able to find new topical blends.
We were researching fibromyalgia for some of our customers and actually a couple of close friends of mine.
Eventually down the road, we actually realized that there's a huge gap when it comes to fibromyalgia,
which has led to a popular product.
We knew people were buying fibromyalgia products. We knew that it was a topical cream or spray or things like that. So we found that, but then we made it different and better. And that's actually our best-selling product now.
And business is only getting better.
Coming from a tiny one-bedroom apartment to being in a house to we're going to need a warehouse pretty soon is really crazy.
And we've been able to get our products into over 30 countries, reach over 10,000 people. So it's kind of it's been a crazy last year. It's all been worth it.
I think it's crazy the amount they've expanded. I mean, they already need a warehouse and they've just been going for just over a year. It's crazy, but I'm happy for them.
Yeah, that's impressive. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
Students are partnering with a Utah organization to help save lives.
Yeah, I got one of these free kits at a training. I learned how to use it. Now, it's your turn.
There's air there. Don't worry about it.
At a training on Monday, Utah naloxone co-founder Jennifer Plum explained how to use naloxone kits and gave them out for free. Then taught people how to give a shot using fruit. One student helping with the project says she feels more empowered now that she knows how to help.
I could take a naloxone kit and actually administer it and save a life personally. And so that was something that really kind of struck home with me, so it made me really interested in doing the project and giving that kind of empowerment to other people that they can actually do something.
If this stuff touches you, you're gonna die.
Although she's laughing at a joke here, this student says she's serious about helping with the project. She says naloxone is revolutionary.
It can reverse an overdose to an opioid, but if you do administer it, then in the case that they're not overdosing, it won't harm them at all.
In these naloxone kits, you're going to get 4 items. You're going to get 2 vials, which each hold 1 dose. And you're going to get 2 of these syringes that have needles on them. So what you're going to do is, once you remove your syringe from the packaging, you're going to take the plastic cover off the needle. You're going to take your vial of medication, you're going to stick the needle inside the vial, and then you're going to take all of the contents of the vial out, because that's 1 dose. Then, once you've done that, you're going to administer this into a muscle and administer the full dose. Aston says this medication is so effective because
even if they don't have any medical background, you can still use your kit to help save a life.
Plum says the signs of an opioid overdose are the pupils become small like a pinpoint, lips and fingers become blue, they are making snoring or gurgling sounds, the body is limp, if their breathing is slow, or unresponsive to stimulation like a sternum rub. But she says the most important sign to look for is if they aren't up and talking. Aston says even though they can't stop drug addiction,
If they're going to use them, at least we can save their life.
You know, that's really cool that they offer free training like that right here in Logan.
Yeah, but Plum says the most important thing you need to remember is if you use one of these kits and you give someone naloxone, you have to call 911 legally.
A group of Logan students are preparing for more than just food. They're preparing for their future.
Oh, look at that. See how it turned nice and glossy on us?
Instructors at Bridgerland Technical College showed these students how to make Bake Alaska and more.
We had a unit on soups, and that was pretty entertaining, I would say.
Students say they want to learn culinary skills because
I thought culinary would be a really good skill to have because, like, everyone eats.
they say food is a part of their family's culture.
I'm Hispanic, and what I like to understand more is cooking Hispanic foods. Those are more interesting to make, you know, and a little bit more uniqueness to it.
Students say their hands-on experience at B-Tech is better than high school.
It's more interesting here than it is at school. There's a lot more things to do here.
Students like to make things like Baked Alaska because it's a skill they will use now and later in life.
Here you learn how to chop, dice, you know, how to set your tables.
It gives you like a skill you can use and get a job with.
And to make their life better overall.
And what I'm in for is just so that way my life's not boring.
Bobby Russell, Cache Rendezvous.
And here we have Kaylin from OP. Can I ask you a few questions? Let's start off with, what is the most popular item or equipment that people rent out for camping?
For camping, it's probably going to be the tents. We have 3-person, 2-person, 5-person tents. We have a couple of multiple season tents. Most of them are just the summer tents, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what is something that a lot of people don't know?
A lot of people don't realize we have jet boils. We do rent out camping stoves. We also have backpacks. Another thing is we do have different degree sleeping bags, so both the 0 and 20 degree, depending on your needs.
Okay, and what are the most popular camping spots in Cache Valley, would you say?
Some of the favorites are probably got to be Green Canyon, Tony's Grove up Logan Canyon, and then there's also places up towards Bear Lake.
What's your favorite camping spot?
Green Canyon.
Where is a lot of people, like a place that a lot of people tend to go?
I think there's a lot of different places at Logan Canyon, so I think a lot of people tend to use that canyon, and there's multiple different camping spots there. You can just pull off and go there.
That sounds great. Well, thank you, Kaylin. We appreciate it. Coming up,
Carvaggio stolen by Keta. Keta wants to go coast to coast, and he does!
we review the highs and the lows from this sports semester.
And Utah State swept the floor at a journalism award conference. We'll tell you how many awards they took home.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family, the first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
At the Utah State Journalism Department, we can't offer you a cool press hat. We can't offer you a spot on a blooper reel. We can't offer you easy A's. We can't offer you time off. We can't offer you ridiculously dramatic music playing in the background, or even my British voice. What we can offer you is an education that leads to a job that makes a real difference.
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. They kept prescribing it, so I kept taking it. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Welcome back.
This spring semester was full of highs and lows for USU sports.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of our best moments.
Like, I just wish every coach could coach a team like this.
Carbacho stolen by Keta. Keta wants to go coast to coast, and he does! Oh my gosh, what was that?
Merrill to Miller again. Miller shot 67% from three, and the Aggies win this one 87-72.
Down three. Merrill, the spin, and the basket and the foul! Sam Merrill!
Brown Jr. has nothing but open court ahead of him, and he finishes the breakaway dunk with authority. Taylor finds Justin Bean, and he puts down this dunk. He scored 20 points and grabbed 5 offensive rebounds during a big night off the bench. Utah State wins it 70-54.
Sam Merrill takes a charge under the hoop and discounts the dunk from Caleb Martin. The Aggies come out on top of number 12 in the nation. Coach Smith had a lot to say.
She made 4 on the day as the Aggies win this one 64-55, ending their 6-game losing streak.
It was just really exciting to finally get a win, and it was a good win, and I think that we still have a lot to improve on from that game.
Duffy stayed hot from 3, making another shot from behind the arc. She finished with 24 points.
Steph Gorman passes long to Olivia West, and she nails the 3 with an and 1 from the foul.
It was all on freshman Annalise County, and she came through for the Aggies, giving Utah State the 4-3 win over SUU, and also winning her first collegiate match.
I just felt joy that I was able to bring our team a win.
And that is what one of those serves looks like.
Aggies are down by 2 in the second period until Josh Kirkfleet breaks away and scores the first goal for USU. Less than 30 seconds later, he scores a second goal, tying the game 2-2. Only a minute will pass until Aggies score a third goal.
He races past defenders and scores 1-on-1. And the Aggies are up by 3 in the first period.
Utah State was led by senior Madison Ward Sessions. Here she is on the vault. This routine scored a 9.8 from the judges. Sophomore Taylor Dittmar came second only to Ward Sessions on the beam, scoring a 9.775 on her routine.
Well, Corinne, it looks like it was a successful semester for our Aggies. I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, and you know what? It was a lot of fun watching men's basketball get to March Madness. The weather is warming up. Paige Zamora shows you what outdoor program activity you should check out.
That's the sound of someone flying through the air during the Outdoor Program Challenge course. As exciting as it sounds, Claire Prevost says there are many more purposes behind this course than just having fun.
The idea is to present them with either individual challenges or team challenges that require them to push themselves beyond the preconceived limitations.
Prevost says they get a variety of groups that come to use the course, from students to corporations working on team building activities. I volunteered my husband to try it out today, and he was ready for the challenge.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Having the course so close to home in Cache Valley was a big deal for him.
It's just always cool to try something new that's fun, that's right in your backyard. You don't have to go that far to do it.
And if you have any safety concerns, the OP says this gear has you covered.
Safety is always our #1 concern. We make sure that the entire course gets a pre-use inspection every single day. Equipment gets pre-use inspections every single day.
My husband didn't only have fun though.
I think it's great for building confidence and trying new things.
And for pre-roast, that's what it's all about.
Our goal is that they walk away feeling like they've gained something and that they've grown as a person and are more confident within themselves and their abilities.
From the OP Challenge course, Paige Zamora, Cache Rendezvous.
Yeah, I feel like I'm flying.
When you want to schedule a time to do the challenge course, come to the OP desk here at the ARC.
Well, Adam's joining us again to kind of explain what happens when you bring the products back that you've rented. So do we have to clean those ourselves? What exactly do we do when we bring those back?
Yeah, so part of the contract is when you bring the paddleboard, kayak, whatever back, we do have you clean it off. We'll have you clean it off. We'll give you rags, a bucket full of soapy water. We also do that for bikes as well. If a bike comes back dirty, then we'll have you wash it off and dry it off. And that's kind of our procedure for returns.
So we don't have to worry about getting them dirty when we're taking them out in the outdoors, right?
Yeah, so I mean, get them as dirty as you want. Just know that you're expected to clean it as well.
So is it just the bikes and the kayaks that we'd have to do this for?
Yeah, kayaks, tubes, any of the watercraft like paddle boards. If you take out like a 14 to 16 foot raft, then we'll have you clean that. And that's kind of a bigger deal since it's a bigger craft. But yeah, those are generally the things that we'll have you clean.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much again for joining us on the show.
Yep.
Cache Rendezvous' Ayana Likens and Zachary Aedo both won first place awards at the Society of Professional Journalists Regional Conference for their work.
That's right. I actually got to talk to both of them to see what they think makes a good story.
Coming up on ATV News.
Welcome to Cache Rendezvous. I'm Aaron Cox.
And I'm Taylor Emerson.
These 8 stories each took a first place award at the SPJ conference. The first place winner in the digital news videography category says to be successful, you have to focus on what to do before you shoot.
There was a pretty heavy amount of pre-production and planning that had to kind of go into place.
With a piece talking about reusable bags, Zachary Aedo took first for general news reporting. He says another important thing happens at a shoot.
I love shooting video, and so it was so much fun to go there and get really tight shots of people sewing and wide shots of people sewing and sequencing all of that.
Television feature reporting winner Ayana Likens told me what she thinks is important.
To shoot right. So is your exposures correct? You are on the rule of thirds. Everything that we're taught is correct.
I think stand-ups are always a bit tricky because you want to make them engaging.
A stand-up helps a reporter connect to their viewers. When I'm filming a stand-up like this, there's a photographer standing behind the camera filming what I'm doing.
USU won first in these categories as well. Breaking news reporting about a ricin bust by Shani Howard. Television sports reporting by Taylor Emerson.
Just record a steal in the game, and oh yeah, he had his own dunk in this one.
Broadcast feature videography, also by Taylor Emerson, the best all-around television news magazine, and best all-around television newscast. But all of these wins have something in common, the process of telling a story.
That's what I want to do as a storyteller, make my audience, my readers, viewers feel connected to what I'm telling them.
How is my viewer going to interpret this and absorb the information or whatever the story is? Like that for me is helping me find a lot of success with my storytelling.
I love getting to meet new people every day. I love being able to share those untold stories.
You don't do journalism for the awards. You have to do this because you find meaning in it and you find purpose. And so winning awards is just a great way to feel validated.
So apparently, Aggies can tell a story just based on all the awards that we won.
Yeah, 8 awards, that's impressive.
Well, thanks so much, Emily, and thank you for joining us on this edition of Cache Rendezvous. Good luck on finals next week, Aggies.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back.
When you want to talk, I'm here.